Hello everyone, welcome to the channel DEVOPS Tech Stack. Today we are going to learn day 13 of the DevOps Bootcamp series. Before starting today's video, let's quickly recap what we have learned so far. We understood what is software development lifecycle and what is agile method. Why we moved from the waterfall model to the DevOps approach. Then we discussed all about the planning stage in software development lifecycle that includes the Jira software. Then I shared with you all the quick overview on the DevOps roles and responsibilities. Not only that, we discussed from the very basics that is what is operating system, what is hypervisor, what is virtual machines, and then created our first EC2 instance on the AWS cloud for doing all the labs so that we all will be on the same page while performing any practicals. Also, we discussed why Linux is most popular in the DevOps world and learned how to install software using the package manager tools in the Linux. At last, not the least, we discussed about the Linux file management, input-output redirection, and the piping, and the most important Linux commands used almost daily by the DevOps engineers. In today's video, we are going to discuss about the most important concept of Linux, that is networking. So without any further delay, let's quickly get started. In real world, if you have multiple machines created and you want to establish connectivity and somehow that's not working, so how you are going to debug, which commands are you going to use, that all we are going to discuss today. For example, let's say you have created virtual machine on the AWS cloud, and to connect with that particular machine from your personal computer, you are allowing SSH connectivity at the port 22. So if somehow that connectivity is not working, you will debug that using this particular Linux command, what we are going to discuss today. I will show you all the relevant example for all the commands that we are going to discuss today. So in short, every computer is connected to some other computer through a network, whether internally or externally, to exchange some information. This network can be as small as some computers connected in your home or the office, or it can be as large or complicated as the large university or the entire internet. So the Linux networking commands are used extensively to inspect, analyze, maintain, and troubleshoot the networks connected to the system. So few of the networking commands that are quite frequently used, we are going to discuss that today. The very first command in the Linux network list is the ping command. What is ping actually? Ping basically checks for the network connectivity between the two nodes. It keeps executing until it is interrupted. So we will check that practical also. What we are going to do, we will create one EC2 instance on the AWS cloud, and using the ping command, we will see if we are able to reach that particular machine created on the cloud from our personal computer. Let's try that. We will first create one machine on the AWS cloud. This is my AWS account. I will just create one particular machine over here. Click on the launch instance. Here I will just give some name, demo. Here I will select some AMI, anything is fine. After that, you just need to select your PEM key. After that, you need to select one security group. I have created one security group actually, that is ping-test. I will select that particular security group. What I am doing over this security group, I will show you. You just need to go over the security groups. After that, here select for the ping test. Okay, just view it. What I am doing over here, to check the ping connectivity between two machines, you need to allow one rule actually. I have created one rule, that is all ICMP IPv4. You need to allow this particular rule, otherwise ping will not work from any physical machine or any other server. So for that particular purpose, I have created one security group where in the inbound rules, I am allowing this all ICMP IPv4 and the source is any IP address, so that from my physical machine, I will be able to ping this particular EC2 instance. So I have just created this security group and I am using it over here. After that, you just need to click on the launch instance. You have selected the PEM key also, you just click on the launch instance. Now we will wait till the machine is in running state. Now as we see, the machine is now in the running state. Select this particular machine, that is demo, and we will copy the public IP address of this particular machine. Just copy it and we will run the command ping, then the public IP address of my particular machine. I will just hit enter and you will see that it is trying to make connection between these two particular machines. That is, one is my physical machine, the personal computer which I am using, and the other one is my AWS machine, or the virtual machine which I have created on the AWS cloud. As mentioned in the slide, it is telling that it keeps executing until it is interrupted. So I will just interrupt it, do Control C, and you will see that 25 packets are transmitted, 23 packets received, means 8% packet loss. But still, because I think initially it was not in the ready state, so might be because of that there is a packet loss. Otherwise, this ping connectivity is working between my physical machine and the EC2 instance. So this is one of the important command. You can hit this particular command whenever you are not able to reach any particular machine. You can check that whether that particular machine is reachable or not, if you are able to connect with that particular machine or not. Let's say if I stop this particular machine, okay, just click here, just select this particular machine and click here instance state, and then stop this particular instance. Okay, now we will wait till the machine is in stopping state. As you can see, the machine is in stopping state. If you try to hit the same command over again, you will see that it is not able to reach that particular machine. Control C, 0 packets received, 100% packet loss. Means the machine is not able to reach. Anyhow, that is idle condition, right? Because our machine is now in the stopping state. Also, the other cases, like you can also try with the DNS name also, like here I have mentioned ping google.com. If you have some DNS name also, you can try to run ping command over there. And if you are getting the response, means that particular server is up and running. Here you can see that 3 packets are transmitted, 3 received, means everything is working fine. We are able to reach the google.com from my physical machine, and that is correct also. Okay. Now let's see the next command, that is nslookup. Okay, previously we worked with the IP address. Now we will work with the DNS. What is actually the DNS in the layman term? It translates the human readable domain names, for example www.google.com, to the machine readable IP address. Okay, actually if you have multiple IP address, that you are not going to share with the end user. End user just want to hit one domain or with some name they want to pronounce, right? For me, they will pronounce with the name Kritika. That is relevant name actually. So in short, they want to have some domain like www.amazon.com or google.com or mintra.com. Anything is fine. Okay. And behind the scene, that will get converted into the machine readable IP address and you will get the response. But you as a user don't need to worry about the IP address or which IP the server is running. Those things you need not to worry. You just need the domain name system. That is called as a DNS. So nslookup is one of the commands that deal with the DNS names. As stated over here, Linux nslookup is also a command used for DNS related queries. It is the name of a program that lets an internet server administrator or any computer user enter a host name, for example www.google.com, and find out the corresponding IP address or the domain name system or the DNS record. So in short, if you write nslookup www. Okay, google.com and hit enter, you will see that this particular DNS server I am able to reach and I am getting its corresponding IP address to which it is getting resolved. This DNS name is getting resolved into this particular IP address so that I am able to get the response. In case if I want to create my own DNS name, so I can use a service on the AWS cloud, that is application load balancer, that I can create and I will get a DNS name and I will try to use nslookup over that particular domain name. How to do that? So basically I have one Terraform code. You don't need to worry about all those. I just wanted to create a DNS name. So I am using a Terraform code which will give me a DNS name as the output. Just you can see, even if you are new to Terraform, you can see my Terraform playlist. There I have used the same code. I will try that same thing over here. Okay. Again, this is my one of the EC2 instance. Here I will just run Terraform in it because I have code everything over here. Again, I am telling you don't need to worry about the Terraform thing. I just want to get one DNS actually. I will let you know once I have the DNS name so that we can hit nslookup over that particular DNS name. You can think of the application load balancer. It will provide you the DNS name, and that DNS name you are going to provide to the end user. And behind your load balancer, there will be multiple servers or multiple EC2 instance created. So your user will hit the application load balancer. That in turn will give the user response from the EC2 instance actually. That's why we don't want to share the multiple IP address with the end user. We just want to give them a DNS name that we are going to get from the application load balancer. You don't need to worry about all this. I just want to get one application load balancer DNS name. That for that purpose, I'm doing it. Now, as you can see that I have successfully created one application load balancer using the Terraform. Okay. Now this is my DNS name, this one. Okay. Now I will just copy this DNS name and I will try ns lookup over here. ns lookup, and then I will just first clear the screen. ns lookup and then this DNS name. Okay. And as you can see that this particular DNS name is getting resolved into a IP address and we are getting a response. In case if I just deleted everything using the Terraform again, means this load balancer, if I destroy, then you will see that we will not get the response using the ns lookup command. Let's try to delete this particular resource first so that I can show you. In Terraform, we have just one command, Terraform destroy, it will destroy everything. So now my application load balancer is deleted. And now if I try to do ns lookup over this particular DNS, I will not get any result. As you can see, server can't find this one. Okay. So in short, this is the use of ns lookup command. It deals with the DNS related queries. Okay. Now the next command. The next command is the netstat. It actually provides you the figures about the different interfaces, which includes open sockets, routing cables, and the connection information. Let's say if some of the port is not working on your particular instance, then the first thing you will check is whether that particular port is open or not on your particular machine. For that, you have the command netstat-tunlp, and then you will use the pipe. And after that, you will grep or filter only those lines which are having listen keyword in that particular line. How to see that? You will see here. Okay. Now I am inside this particular machine. Okay. Here if I run netstat-tunlp, T is for the TCP connections, U is for the UDP connections. After that we have list. After that what we are doing, we are just filtering only those lines which are having listen keyword on that particular line. You will see only these four are having the listen. One thing to note over here, this is 22 because we are allowing SSH connectivity on this particular port. So you will see that 22 port is open on this particular machine. Now let's see if I install Apache 2 web server on this particular machine, it will by default open the port on 80. Let's see if I have Apache 2 over this particular machine or not. For that, you have the command systemctl status Apache 2. And you will see that it is currently in the active state. So here 80 port is in the open state. Let's say if I stop this particular service. Okay. Authentication is required. We need to log in as a root. Okay. Now again run this particular command. And the service is stopped. Now if I run this particular command again, netstat, you will see that 80 port is not available now. And you can see that 80 port is not available. Okay. Now if I again start this particular service, the 80 port will be opened. Okay. And as you can see, 80 port is open because 80 is the server for the web server and Apache 2 is a web server. So it is listening on the port 80. So this is overall use of the netstat command. What is actually the port? Port is a number assigned uniquely to identify a connection endpoint and to direct data to a specific service. Like in our case, Apache 2 web server service is running on the port 80. Similarly, SSH connectivity will be allowed on the port 22. So if you want to see if any port is opened or listening on your particular machine, then you need to use the netstat command. Now let's discuss about the next command, that is telnet. It performs a port test locally on the instance to confirm that the port can be connected to locally or not. For this, you have the command telnet, then you need to mention the private IP of the machine and then the port number. So it will allow you to check whether locally you can see that particular port you are able to connect or not. For that purpose, let's try this particular command. We will first see the private IP of our machine. This is the machine. I will get its private IP address because we just want to test it locally. So our private IP will also work. Telnet, I want to see whether 22 port is allowed or not on this particular machine. Okay. And as you can see the response that it is connected to this particular IP address, and we are getting the response means 22 port is open. Okay. After that, we just want to see whether 80 port is open or not. And as you can see, it is connected. We are getting the response. So this is also working fine. Now, if I just want to see 53 port, so you should not get the response. Here you are seeing, right, unable to connect to the remote host. So in short, if you just want to test something locally, whether the particular port you are able to connect from the local machine or not, for that purpose, you can use the telnet command, which comes handy. Now the next command is the hostname. Hostname is a simple command used to view and set the hostname of a system to identify its name. Like for our channel name, it is DEVOPS-TECHSTACK. So similar way, if you want to assign some name to a particular machine or you want to see the name of your particular machine, you have the command that is hostname. Let's try hostname over here and you will get the hostname of this particular machine. And if you want to change the hostname of your particular machine, then you can run the command sudo hostname and your new name. Okay, so if I try hostname and then DEVOPS tech stack, let's say I want to just give this particular name to my machine. And now if I run hostname, I will get that particular name, DEVOPS tech stack. But once you reboot this particular machine, this information will not persist. And if you want to make this change permanently, in case of Ubuntu, you need to modify one file, that is etc hostname. And in case of Realm-based machine, you need to modify etc sysconfig network file. Okay. Now the next command is curl and wget. Linux curl and wget commands are used in downloading files from the internet through the command line interface. The curl command has to be used with the option like -o, that is the flag, to fetch the file, while the wget command is used directly. If in case you want to try this particular command, you can just copy it. So wget is just a utility through which you are downloading one particular file from the internet to your system. Okay, let's try that. As you see, nothing is over here. I just want to try this particular command. If I now clear the screen, do ls over here, you will see that this zip file is getting downloaded from the internet using the wget command. Similarly, you can try curl command also with the -o flag. It will also download the file from the internet. Okay. Let's talk about the next command, that is ifconfig. Ifconfig is used to initialize an interface, configuring it with an IP address and to enable or disable it. It is used to display the route and the network interface. For example, if I try this command over this particular machine, ifconfig, you will see that multiple interface informations we are getting. Also, we can see our private IP address of our machine. Okay, let's see. This is my private IP, right? 172.31. So you can see the private IP of our machine is getting mentioned over here. This is under the eth interface. Similarly, your local host is this one, 127.0.01. It is your local host information. I have installed Docker also on this particular machine. So Docker interface information is also over there. So all those in detail you can see over the ifconfig command. So these were quite few important Linux networking commands that you must need to know as a DevOps engineer or as a normal admin people also. Okay, that's all for the today's video. Thank you all for your immense support. I hope you are liking our videos. Please do like, share, comment and subscribe for more such videos. Thank you again.